Sam Childers is the first to admit that from an early age, he was on the wrong path.
I started doing drugs at 11 years old, started smoking marijuana, went to hard drugs at 13. By the age of 15 years old, I'm putting a needle in my arm, shooting up heroin, shooting up cocaine, started selling drugs. Then I went from selling drugs to being a shotgunner for drug deals.
He's not proud of his mistakes.
You know, I've hurt a lot of people over the years, you know. I don't believe you could have got any worse than what I was.
After a bad bar fight nearly took his life, Sam decided to change his ways.
Even though I didn't give my life to Christ that night, I made the change to walk away from the lifestyle I was living.
He arrived in Sudan in 1998 to help rebuild huts damaged in the conflict. But after seeing the incredible suffering of the Sudanese people, he pledged his life to helping in whatever way he could.
Seen a small child that stepped on a landmine. From the waist down was gone. And I stood over that child, didn't realize what I was saying. But I said, God, I'll do whatever it takes to help these people. 15 years later, I'm still there.
Sam built an orphanage in Sudan and now leads armed missions to rescue children taken by Joseph Kony and the Lord's Resistance Army. He says that what makes Kony the worst terrorist in the world is
he doesn't have no agenda or no reasoning for why he's killing. And he's not only killing, what he does is he'll lame his people.
Sam's story has been made into a book and also a movie, Machine Gun Preacher, which was released last year.
A lot of people watch the movie and they think I'm a modern-day Rambo. Not true.
Sam does not see himself as a hero.
Every child I've ever rescued, it was a God's miracle.
Often Sam is asked about how a preacher can use a gun.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save a child's life.
Sam's story and passion touched many in the audience.
Spend 2 weeks with me, you'll be calling on God, I guarantee you.
Well, it's made us really stop and pray and think, well, how can we help and how can we be involved?
A student in the audience believes that education is a priority.
You can give one child in an entire family over there a high school degree and they can go to a city and get a job which can support their entire family.
Sam's commitment to helping children in Africa has no end in sight.
God called me to be in the war rescuing his children. And until he tells me specifically that I'm finished, then I'm going to keep working for him.
NTD News, Queensland, Australia.